Wisconsin counties here today. A lot of times in the winter, Linda and I will take our snowshoes and go out on top of high rock here. It's beautiful in the winter with the snow on the rocks, and we just don't get the snow we used to though. Now legend has it that the natives used to have wedding ceremonies on top of this beautiful cliff called Romance on the left here. They say at the end of the ceremony they took a branch and they lit it on fire and dropped it into the water. Now if that branch stayed lit all the way down, that was a sign of a long and a happy marriage. If it went out on the way down though, that was just a sign of a long marriage. Okay, now the second most photographed rock formation is on our right here. This is Chimney Rock. It's called Chimney Rock because it does resemble the stick and mortar chimneys of the pioneer days. We're just passing it now. It's a great example of wind and water erosion over the years. This is beautiful Chimney Rock. Now there's only one face or profile on the Upper Dells, and that's of the warrior and leader of his tribe named Black Hawk. Now if you look along the right hand shoreline, you're going to see a large green slab of rock sticking out. That's the Roman nose of Chief Black Hawk. Above it is a slit for the eye, down below a slit for the mouth, the chin down to the water level. And if you really have an imagination, use those trees on top as a headdress. That's the profile of Chief Black Hawk. Now Black Hawk was very instrumental during the Black Hawk Indian Wars that took place in the 1840s here in Wisconsin. Black Hawk and his people, the Sauk Indians, lived in this area, but our government wanted to move them west of the Mississippi. Well, they went peacefully over there, stayed for a few years, but after a while they realized how much they missed this area, and so they came back. And that started the skirmish called the Black Hawk Indian Wars. It's said that Abraham Lincoln actually was part of the Black Hawk Indian Wars. Now Black Hawk fought valiantly and led his people, but he was finally captured about 50 miles north of here in a little city called Tomah, Wisconsin. The amazing thing is, after he was captured, he actually became more well known because he went around with the government officials and dignitaries, and he promoted peace between the natives and the government at that time. So Black Hawk's name is very much revered here. We have a motel here in the Dells called the Black Hawk. And if you are from Chicago, and I apologize for the very difficult season you had, but you have the Chicago Blackhawks. We also have a helicopter named the Black Hawk. And I'll be showing you Black Hawk's Island in just a few minutes. It's a beautiful 200-acre island. Now, a lot of people think the Wisconsin River is polluted by the coloration of the water, but that's anything but the truth. The Wisconsin River is actually one of the cleanest rivers in our country. The reason for this root beer coloration is that the river passes through the tamarack swamps way up north. Those tamarack trees give off tannin or tannic acid in their roots. That is what gives the river this coloration to the water. Now, there's a good chance most of you have had a little tannic acid. It's perfectly harmless. If you started your day with a little coffee or tea, that's the same ingredient, tannic acid, that gives